This wire rack from Dollar Tree, it's not for cooling cookies anymore. This water bottle, it's about to become free drip irrigation. And this plastic tablecloth is going to kill every weed in your garden bed without a single chemical. 6 hacks, all from Dollar Tree, all under $2. Let's go. Tomato cages and trellises can run you $50 or more for just a few plants. A wire cooling rack does the same job for $1.25. Zip tie it to 2 wooden stakes and you've got a sturdy support for tomatoes, cucumbers, or climbing flowers. The grid pattern gives plants dozens of points to grab onto as they climb, which actually works better than a single pole stake where vines have to be tied on manually every few days. The open grid improves airflow, so leaves dry faster and you get less fungal disease in humid weather. Traditional tomato cages are solid rings that trap moist air right against the leaves. That's exactly the environment powdery mildew and blight love. The open wire grid lets breeze pass straight through the plant instead of around it. It also keeps fruit off the soil, which means less rot, less slug damage, and fewer fruits getting split open from sitting in damp dirt after a rainstorm. 1 stake isn't enough. Use 2, positioned on opposite sides of the plant, or the whole thing leans once the fruit gets heavy in midsummer. And a leaning support puts stress right at the base of the stem, which can snap it. It folds flat for storage. No more wrestling bulky cages into your shed every fall. And because it's just wire, if it does bend out of shape, you can reshape it by hand in seconds. Try doing that with a plastic tomato cage. Most people water too fast. It runs off the surface, evaporates, and never reaches the roots. Here's the fix. Poke a few small holes near the bottom of a plastic bottle, bury it next to your plant, leave the neck exposed, fill it with water. It seeps in slowly for hours, right at the root zone, instead of sitting on top where the sun just evaporates it. This matters more than people think. Shallow, frequent watering trains roots to stay near the surface, where soil temperature swings the most and dries out fastest in the afternoon sun. A slow, deep water source does the opposite. It pulls roots downward, toward moisture, which builds a stronger root system that can survive a missed watering day or two without wilting. Big holes drain too fast, and you're back to square one, a fast dump instead of a slow release. Stick with several small pinholes rather than 1 or 2 large ones. Mulch over the bottle to slow evaporation even more. Fewer refills, healthier roots. If you're growing in a particularly hot spot, you can even use 2 bottles per plant on opposite sides for more even coverage across the root zone. You wait 6 weeks for a tomato. A bird gets there first. Skip the bird netting. It's a pain to install and can trap the wrong things. Slip a mesh laundry bag over ripening tomatoes, grapes, or strawberries. Loosely tie it at the stem. Sun, rain, and air still get through. Birds and squirrels don't. And unlike a full sheet of bird netting draped over the whole plant, you're only covering the fruit that's actually close to ripe, which means pollinators can still reach the flowers elsewhere on the plant, so you're not accidentally cutting off next month's harvest to protect this week's. Don't tie it tight. Plants keep growing, and a tight knot can choke the stem or damage it as the branch thickens. A loose loop is all you need. The weight of the fruit keeps the bag in place. Use different colors for different tomato varieties so you know at a glance what's ripe without opening every single bag to check. It also makes harvesting faster if you've got kids helping out. They can just grab anything in the ready color. Quick question before we hit the next 3. Which of these have you actually tried? Drop it in the comments. And if this is helpful so far, hit subscribe now so you don't miss the last hack. It's the one most people have never heard of. Landscape fabric tears. Weeds grow through it anyway. A heavy-duty Dollar Tree tablecloth works better and costs a fraction of the price. Lay it over your bed, cut small X's where your plants go, cover it with mulch so it blends in and doesn't look out of place. No sunlight reaches the weed seeds underneath. Without light, most weed seeds simply never get the signal to germinate in the first place, so you're not just smothering weeds that already sprouted, you're preventing the next several waves before they even start. Don't pull the plastic drum tight across the bed. Leave a bit of give so rain naturally channels toward your planting holes instead of running off the sides or pooling in the middle. It also locks in soil moisture, so you're watering less during heat waves too. The soil underneath stays noticeably cooler as well, which matters for heat-sensitive roots like lettuce or spinach during a summer heat wave. Week 1, you know exactly what's where. Week 4, Every seedling looks the same. Write the plant name on a wooden craft stick. Stick it in the row. Takes about 10 seconds, and it saves you from the classic mistake of pulling out a healthy seedling because you mistook it for a weed. Or the reverse, letting an actual weed grow for weeks because you assumed it was something you planted. To make it last through the season, cover the writing with a strip of clear packing tape or a thin coat of outdoor sealer. Regular marker fades fast once it's rained on a few times and baked in the sun. Add the planting date too. It helps you predict harvest timing and track which varieties actually perform well in your yard. A few months from now, you'll be able to look back and know exactly which tomato variety produced earliest, which one struggled, and which one is worth planting again next year, instead of just guessing from memory. Color code by category: green for herbs, red for tomatoes, blue for peppers, yellow for flowers. One glance across the garden tells you everything, without walking the full length of every row to check labels one by one. Container plants dry out fast. Heat hits them from every side. Most people just water more. There's a better way. Cut a coconut fiber basket liner, the kind made for hanging baskets, to fit inside your pot before adding soil. It holds a little extra moisture near the roots while still draining properly, so your containers stay evenly moist through the hottest afternoons instead of swinging between soaked and bone dry, which is what actually stresses container plants out the most. The fibers act almost like a buffer layer, absorbing some water when you pour it in, then slowly releasing it back into the surrounding soil over the following hours, rather than letting everything drain straight out the bottom within minutes the way it does in a bare plastic pot. For big pots, a layer of liner at the bottom means less potting mix needed to fill the container. That means lighter pots that are actually easier to move around your patio or deck, and lower cost since potting soil isn't cheap when you're filling large containers. Don't pack it in tight against the sides. It needs room for water to move through freely. Compress it too much, and you actually slow drainage down instead of improving it, which can leave roots sitting in water they don't need. $6. 6 hacks. 0 trips to the garden center. A cooling rack becomes a trellis. A bottle becomes irrigation. A laundry bag becomes bird protection. Which one are you trying first? Tell me in the comments, and if you want more cheap garden tricks that actually work, subscribe. New one drops next week.